Good morning. This is Savarna, Physical Science faculty working in DAV Louis Vika Bharati Vidya Mandir. Last video we discussed about what is force, types of forces. First one, contact force and their four forces. Now we discuss about the second force, non-contact force and its types. First one, non-contact force. First one, magnetic force. Observing the magnetic force. Take a sieving needle, rub it with a bar magnet several times, always moving the magnet in the same direction. Does the needle get magnetized? You may find that the needle always acts like a magnet. With the help of a magnetic compass, you can identify the north and south poles of the needle. Pin a red colored foam ball to south pole and white ball to north pole of the needle. Then drop it in a bowl of water in floats. Observe the picture. Make another needle in the same way. Float both the needles side by side such that like end facing each other, either red or white balls. What happens to the needles? How do they move? Now place the needles in such a way that unlike ends, white ball of first needles and red ball of second needles. So, in such a way that unlike ends face each other. Now, observe what happens this time. How do they push or pull each other? So, observe the given picture. Making the needle magnets and floating them in a bowl of water. You have learnt in class 6 that like poles of two magnets repel each other and unlike poles attract each other. You can observe the red end of the one needle and white end of another needle attract each other and ends with the same color repel. Now you know that like poles repel or push each other and unlike poles attract or pull each other. This action of pull or push arises due to a magnetic force. A magnet can attract or repel another magnet without contact. So, magnetic force is a field force. Next, non-magnet force. Second one, electrostatic force. Let's go to activity 3. Observing electrostatic forces. Take a balloon, inflate it and tie up the open end. Now, cut a paper into small pieces and place them on the floor. Rub the balloon with a paper and bring the balloon near the pieces of papers. What happens now? Are the bits of papers pulled towards the balloon? Why does the balloon pull or attract the pieces of paper? Try to use pepper and salt in the place of pieces of paper. What do you observe? We can say that when the balloon is rubbed with a paper, it acquires an electrostatic charge on its surface. The balloon is now said to be a charged body. When it is brought near the bits of paper, the pieces acquire opposite charge and will rise and cling to the balloon. The force exerted by a charged body on another charged body is known as electrostatic force. Observe children carefully. The force exerted by a charged balloon on another charged body is known as electrostatic force. This force comes into play even when the bodies are not in contact. It is an example of a force at a distance. Next, non-contact force. Third one, gravitational force. It is our common experience that if a pen slips off from our hands, it falls down to the floor. Why does the pen fall down? What is the force which pulls the pen down? If we keep the same pen on the table, it does not fall down. Why? Generally, our answer would be that the table supports the pen. If the table does not support the pen, it would fall down until it is supported by another object like the floor. Why does a stone thrown up into the sky fall back to the earth? Why do rivers flow down to the sea? How does the earth hold the atmosphere? Is there any force pulling the objects towards the earth? If an object is thrown upwards, there exists a force which pulls it down towards the earth. Because of this, it falls down to the ground. We call this force as gravitational force. Every object on the earth or close to the earth will experience a gravitational pull. The force of gravity is not just due to the attraction of the earth. It is a force of attraction that exists between any two bodies everywhere in the universe. As the earth is so massive and huge, all the other objects close to the earth are attracted or pulled towards it. When you sit in your classroom, there will be a gravitational force between you and your teacher, and a similar force exists between you and the blackboard. You cannot experience the gravitational force that exists between you and your teacher or between you and the blackboard because it is very small when compared to the gravitational force exerted by the earth on these objects. You will learn gravitational force. So, gravitational force is attracted force, pulling force. Next, explaining of force acting at a distance, concept of field. The force which acts between two bodies when the bodies are not directly touching each other is called force at a distance. We can explain the forces at a distance by using the concept of force. Non-contact force, another name is force at a distance or field force. So, not when the bodies are not directly touching each other is called a force at a distance. Let us go to activity 4, visualizing magnetic field. Take a bar magnet and place it on a table. Place a thick white paper over it. On the paper, sprinkle fine powder of iron. Given picture. Tap the table or the paper gently with pen or pencil. What do you observe? Do you find any pattern of iron fillings there? Rotate the magnet in different directions and do the same. How has the pattern changed? You can see that in a small space around the magnet, iron fillings set themselves in a pattern because they are affected by the magnetic force of the field created by the bar magnet. The pattern represents the magnetic field. The space around the magnet where its influence can be detected is called the magnetic force. Thus, a field is a region in which a force can be experienced by another object placed at any point in that region. A body creates a field and another body experiences the force by the field when it is placed in that field. A magnetic field surrounds a magnet An electric field surrounds electric charges and a gravitational field surrounds masses. The strength of a field in a particular region can be represented by field lines. The greater the density of lines, the stronger the forces in that part of the field. Okay, children. Thank you. We'll continue the class in the next video.